Garret Wing over at American Standard Dog Training. Man, this shit gotta stop. Can we please stop calling this dog training and start calling it what it is? It's called animal abuse. We got a gorgeous 1-year-old golden retriever. I haven't seen this whole video yet, but we're gonna react to it. And Garret, you're not gonna like this one.
Hey folks, in this video we're going to teach you how you can get your dog, regardless of age, breed, or issue, to walk perfectly on a leash in as little as 10 minutes.
In as little as 10 minutes. You know what? We're just going to shut down behaviors. We're just going to stop behaviors. Well, Skinner called this punishment. The forced application of negative reinforcement. Conrad Most will call it what? Primary compulsive inducements, right? The real quarters of dog training.
Let's get it. 1-year-old golden retriever, and in this video we're going to show.
I'm just going to flash through this.
Use it to show. That's not even her. Y'all get the idea. She pulled. It's silly. It doesn't need to happen. And today we're going to fix it. So Miss Sunny's 1 year old. She's been in our program 48 hours, and I'm over it. We're not going to do.
Oh, I'm over it. You know what? Now we got to take full control. Now we got to shut down the dog using abuse.
Deal with the pulling anymore. Now, how we're going to fix it is a few things. Simple steps. I want you to follow.
You see, golden retrievers are just that. They are retrievers. They need to work. You know what? Get this dog out to a lake somewhere. You find a floating lure. You throw it out. Let them retrieve it. And let them keep doing it until they're tired. This video wouldn't need to exist. This bullshit wouldn't need to exist. They don't get the dog exercise. They want to control and manage everything so that they're going to frustrate the dog and cause all these behavior problems.
Along. Step number one, we're going to use the proper tools.
The proper tools. Here we go. The compulsive inducements, right? The primary compulsive inducements. What are you going to use? Martingale, prong, what?
I'm not going to use this flat collar, this martingale.
Oh, of course not.
Collar, because it's not going to be effective. She's got too much drive. She's a little bit too hard of a dog. So number one, what are we going to use? The prong collar.
The prong collar, of course. Let's see what he's going to do with this prong collar. Let's see Garret Wing abuse the shit out of this dog with a prong collar.
Right here, Hermsprenger, 2.25 millimeter. That's what we're going to use.
You see, these guys aren't dog trainers. They're social media influencers that got you convinced that they're training dogs. That's all they are. This is bullshit. He's going for full control and management, and I can only imagine what he's going to do with this prong collar.
For those of you like, I live in a country where they don't have prong collars. You don't need to do it with the prong collar. You just got to do it like 5 times harder. So
yeah, you just got to do it like 5 times harder. Let's see how hard Garret Wing does it, and then let's see what 5 times harder will be.
So prong collar, nice high and tight. We'll go ahead and do what we call double hook it so that it's not quite as intense as a single hook. Step 1 complete. Prong collar installed. Yes. Step number 2 is going to be.
Now look at where that prong collar is. It's right on top of the trachea and it's right on top of the thyroid. If you look at the thyroid in your, if you feel the Adam's apple in your neck and you go down below it, you'll feel those concentric rings. Those are made of cartilage. That's your trachea. That's where that prong collar is going to be sitting. Now, if you feel on both sides of that trachea, you're going to feel two little, what feels like gummy worms. That's your thyroid and your parathyroid. Let's see Garret Wing destroy that freaking thyroid and the trachea.
We're going to do what's called a corrective U-turn.
A corrective U-turn, yep.
See that take place.
You see, this is all IGP dog training. Conrad Most and IGP dog training. The real quarters of dog training are primary and secondary inducements. That's your treats and affection. And then you got primary compulsive inducements. These are the real quarters of dog training, but they are always blaming B.F. Skinner.
And step 3, it's what we call the sudden stop pop. We combine the
sudden stop pop. There you go. And that prong collar is right on top of the dog's thyroid. Let's see Garret Wing destroy this dog's thyroid so that the owners can be paying large to a vet to treat hypothyroidism or to get on the carousel of food and drugs and everything else.
Those 2 steps.
You see, you got trainers like Garret Wing that's actually doing damage to feed the vet industry. They're doing physical damage to dogs to feed the vet industry. The vet industry right now is physically damaging dogs. They're knowingly doing damage to dogs to feed the dog training industry, and they're all part and parcel of the pet care conglomerate.
Steps. All 3 of them, really. Proper tool with 2 of the proper techniques.
Funny, it's always a tool. Take all the tools off, Garret, and you show us working with a dog. Show us Garret Wing working with a dog with no tools. You couldn't do it. Robert Cabral said it himself. If you don't have the tool, you can't train the dog. If I take your tools away, you're nothing more than a fraud.
Done. Problem solved. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how we prep the dog for the inevitable.
Look at this poor old dog. I mean, that dog has no idea what's coming. That's a beautiful 1-year-old golden retriever. That should be out working somewhere. That needs to be out chasing the lure in a freaking pond of water somewhere.
Correction that's going to come on the prong collar. You can skip this step if you want to, especially if you have a really hard dog, but try not to. And so it's a little pre-step, and that's going to be, right as soon as we get up here, what I'm going to do is give her the gentlest little pop on the leash. Pay attention to what I said. Pop, not pull, a pop. So let me show you what that looks like starting right now. It's going to be pop. I'm going to move backwards.
So he's going to use punishment. The dog's still not paying attention, then he's going to reward punishment. Okay? What he calls correction is actually punishment. Robert Cabral said on a video one night, live one night, oh, I don't like the word punishment, I like the word correction. And magically, the word correction spread right on through the dog training community. Right, Robert? There's a reason for it, because you are the fucking leader of this entire organization. The visible leader.
and pay her with food. Let her know.
Yeah, so we're going to punish the dog and we're going to reward the dog with punishment. And then people wonder why. They're screaming, why isn't this working?
I got good stuff.
Oh, and he's even employing the clicker, for the love of Jesus. And ladies and gentlemen, the ones watching this video, if dog trainers were honest about what the clicker did, you tell them to shove up their ass. Clickers turn behaviors into tricks, nothing more.
Dog that's not food motivated, you pretty much want to skip this step. But she happens to have some food motivation. So let me show you that again. There's going to be, I'll even do it while she's itching. Pop, come get some food. The pop is not a death sentence. I'm not mad at you. It just means you should probably turn around and come get some food. Once again.
Yeah, do as I say, and you have no choice. We're taking away all the choices from a dog. Now, what the dog wants to do is get out and do something. But yeah, Garrett's going to hold her there, and he's going to be punishing her and rewarding punishment consistently. Watch.
He's out in front, little pop that says, hey, come on back and get to me. We're ready. So start rolling.
Oh, here we go. Now we're ready.
Here's going to be...
Now, understand, Garret Wing, in one of his other videos, he said he's 205 pounds.
A U-turn correction. The idea behind the U-turn correction is when she's out front not paying attention to me, I'm going to turn and go the other way. I'm not mad at her. It's nothing.
Now, you see the dog's still pulling on the leash. And according to his fishing thing, there's probably about 12 pounds of pressure. So she's got 12 pounds of pressure, and look exactly where that prong collar is. It's right on top of the trachea, and it's right on top of the thyroid. Those pins are going to be pushing right into the thyroid.
Personal. I'm not going to whisper anything.
Do these guys even give a shit about anatomy? Compare the anatomy of your neck to the anatomy of the dog's neck. It's the same thing. Now, if I turned around and put that prong collar on your neck and pop that frickin' prong the way he's going to, you're going to need an ambulance and emergency care. Dogs are pretty tough and dogs are pretty resilient, but you know what? They're still doing damage.
Into her ear. I'm sure as hell not going to say the word heel. I'm simply going to turn and go the other way. Now, it's a very important thing. See how tight the leash is? Can't do a corrective U-turn.
Yeah, you can't do a corrective U-turn when the leash is tight, right? So you're going to loosen up, you're going to let the dog think, hey, I can move forward, and then you're going to turn around and yank that fucking prong, aren't you?
From a tight leash, there has to be some slack. So before I U-turn, I'm going to sneak up on her, get some slack, and bust a U-turn. Make note.
Conrad Most. That's what Conrad Most would do.
Who's she paying attention to? Not me. We're going to fix that now.
Look at this. That prong collar is right on top of the trachea and the thyroid, and just look what he did to her.
On a scale of 1 through 10, felt like a 3 or 4. Have to do a
Oh, how hard are you going to go?
few more of those. Are going to happen in rapid succession, so get ready for those.
Again, that prong collar is right on top of the trachea, which is made of cartilage, and it's on top of the thyroid. This man is destroying this dog's throat. That's the reality. But yet he's still calling this shit dog training. This is animal abuse, Garret. And if you can't take some criticism, buddy, you know what? You need to get out of this behavior ring, because you're not a behaviorist. You're not qualified. This disgusts me. This pisses me off that people actually look at this, they watch it, and they cheer it on.
This corrective maneuver, the corrective U-turn, look at that. Looky, already.
Oh, yeah, she's paying attention to you already, isn't she? It's really working, isn't it? She really gives a shit about you, Garret.
Better. But let me pause for a minute and just explain to you why this is working. The dog is learning through a style of training called free shape.
Now, Skinner would tell you that the punishment, which is exactly what he's doing, is the opposite of reinforcing, is reverse of reinforcing. Why? Because it's going to generate fear. And this is what we're going to see in the dog. They're going to generate fear in the dog. Okay? And there's a reason why you're going to need the constant threat of punishment. You'll always have to prong collar around for the life of the dog because it's not a training tool. You're not training shit. All you're doing is shutting down behavior, causing fear, and the dog's just going to stand there at some point and stubbornly do nothing because they get punished for everything they do. And people wonder why this shit isn't working.
What is she learning? You went to the end of the line. You, if it didn't feel good, that's your fault.
Look at this.
That's 3. Don't let the breed fool you now. Golden Retriever.
Oh yeah, don't let the breed fool you. Golden Retrievers are usually very soft dogs.
Can be kind of soft, a little sensitive, but she's got a lot of drive, so she could care less. So now we'll go to single hook. There we go. It's gonna
now we're going to go to single hook. Now we're going to up the increase the pressure, right?
double the power. Already better. It's not fixed, but it's
She's still not paying attention to you. She still doesn't give a shit about you. That's the reality. You're not training anything.
better. And now?
Again. Now we got the single connection on the prong collar. Now he's going to start yanking on this prong collar. And again, that prong collar is right on top of the trachea, which is made of cartilage, and it's right over the thyroid and the parathyroid. I guarantee you, whoever owns this dog, you need to take your dog to a vet and get x-rays on the neck and pull a full thyroid panel. Because if he damaged that thyroid in the dog's neck, you're going to be paying thousands of dollars to a vet down the road. And I guarantee you, that's going to happen. But you won't be blaming Garret Wing. And Garret Wing is going to be going, I sell my time, I don't sell results.
Good girl. Look at that. Now you would say, Why didn't you start out paying her treats right here? Because she's 6 feet out in front of me. How am I going to get her to be here? Now she's here. Yin and yang, baby.
Now we just clicked the clicker twice, but there was no. That's the marking that the reward is coming, but he didn't give a reward. So what do you think that's doing to the dog?
We got to fix the problem, the thing that we don't want, before we can start rewarding for the thing that we do want. Oh.
And he doesn't give a shit about the cause. B.F. Skinner would tell you point blank the very object of the science of behavior is discovering the causes. What is the cause of the dog pulling in the first place? The dog needs some exercise. The dog needs to get out and burn off some steam. They need to blow out the lines. But yeah, Garrett's, oh yeah, control and management, and let's damage the dog's throat in the process.
Ho, 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 ho. Snap, crackle, pop. In it to win it. She's about ready for the sudden stop pops. Remember, I told you you're going to start with...
Tell me it doesn't get worse. I haven't watched all this yet.
Those corrective U-turns. I think we have 4 or 5 under our belt, and look at the magic. It really is that simple. If you want to find out more about how you can get your dog trained to be the best that they can be, you got to check out our online courses that you get paid here. What are we, 5 minutes in? Here comes the corrective stop, the what we call sudden stop pop. It will come when she's not looking at me. She's still doing better. Look, the line is loose. Corrective U-turns will bring them from 6 feet to around the 1 to 2 foot mark. I'm gonna basically stop on a line, an invisible line or a mark on the floor. There's this black mark coming up. I'm gonna stop on it, she won't. And when she...
Oh, God. Garret, for the love of Jesus, stop, 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 stop. This is absolutely disgusting. I can't believe that a grown man at 205 pounds is doing this to a harmless friggin' dog, an innocent dog. They're showing no aggression, no reactivity, no nothing. He's doing this, he's abusing the shit out of this dog because she simply won't be controlled on a leash.
It's nothing personal.
Oh, it's not personal, no. But you've had enough of it. You're tired of it. You're going to shut it all down. It's not personal? That's bullshit.
I'm not mad at you. Don't cross the line. And you can still get paid when you look at me. That's all we're teaching her to do.
It's punishment and rewarding punishment. Garret likes to use the word correction. Once again, Cabral said it on live. I don't like the word punishment, I like the word correction. All of a sudden, that word correction, boom, went magically right on through the dog training community. Purely positive, positive reinforcement, IGP and balanced. Everybody's using correction. Well, every time you hear the word correction, replace it with punishment, and does that change your mind?
We're going to do it again. I'll find another random mark.
Oh, Jesus, we're going to do it again.
On the ground, or not. When I stop, if you don't stop, you run out of leash. That's all. It's nothing personal.
She's not running a leash. You're turned around, you're yanking that freaking prong collar. And again, you're going to injure that dog's neck. And again, whoever owns this dog, please take your dog to a vet and get neck x-rays and pull a thyroid panel. Because if he damaged that dog's thyroid, and I guarantee you he did, you're going to be paying large down the road. And you won't be blaming Garret.
If we weren't talking to the camera, there would be no words being said really to her, other than maybe if she's looking at us, we could tell her she's doing a good job. Good girl. And we can pay her. So it's going to be harder and harder to sneak in those sudden stop pops because look at her paying attention to me more. I want to, again, emphasize.
If I wrapped that prong collar around your neck and started yanking and cranking on it, you'd bloody well pay attention to me too, wouldn't you? I would love to get Garret Wing on a prong collar and show him exactly what he's doing. Because he would need a bloody ambulance in a hospital for what he's doing to that dog. If I did the same thing to you, you'd need a bloody ambulance and emergency care. That's the reality, Garret. This dog is not being fixed.
Look how I'm holding the leash now. I'm still wrapping it in preparation for the sudden stop pop that I need. But here we go. A little mark on the ground. Right.
Oh, I'd love to do that to Garret Wing. I would love to get a prong collar around this man's neck and give it a good yank.
So my job is to keep her from falling off the cliff. In fact, stay there. I'll do one right here. Maybe you can see this line in the middle of the road.
And he's still smug and spitting about it. Oh, it's just an animal, right? It's just a dog. Who gives a shit if I hurt the dog?
I'll try to time it there. It depends. If she's looking at me, we don't do a sudden stop pop. If she's not looking at me, we squeeze it in. Look who's paying attention. No pop needed. We'll try that again. I'll keep circling around.
And he still calls this dog training. I can't believe that people look at this video and they call it dog training. This is animal abuse on camera.
Gonna happen up here again.
Look at this. I would love to have that prong collar around your neck and give that one good yank just to let you experience what it feels like, Garret. Because that's what you need. Every dog trainer out there, you need to experience one good pop of that prong collar. Because that would put a stop to all this bullshit, wouldn't it?
She passes the line, she gets a little pop. But she still gets paid because look where she ended up.
He's rewarding the dog, or punishing the dog at the extreme, and he's rewarding punishment. And people are screaming, why isn't this shit working? And why do you need a prong collar for the rest of the dog's life? 15 years ago, prong collars were use it to lose it, weren't they? 15 years ago. Tool of last resort. Here we are today, 15 years on, it's an insurance policy. Always keep it on the fucking dog.
On a scale of 1 through 10, she's a harder dog. She's getting about a 3 or a 4.
She's a harder dog? Really?
That doesn't mean your dog needs a 3 or a 4. Your dog might need a 1. Your dog might need an 8. All depends. A lot on the breed, a lot on the size, a lot on the temperament. $5, she does a better job stopping this time, meaning I don't think I'm going to need to use it because she should be paying more attention to me. Remember I told you about walking behind me at some point?
And again, if people don't realize it, Garret Wing is an IGP dog trainer and he's using all 4 quarters of IGP. The quarters of IGP, right? It's not the quarters of B.F. Skinner, it's the quarters of IGP, which are primary, secondary inducements and primary, secondary compulsive inducements. What Garret Wing calls positive punishment is actually Conrad Most primary compulsive inducements. This is a bullshit. This is a lie.
Holy folks, solved. That's it. It really is that simple. Getting your
dog solved. Yeah, if I stuck that prong collar around your neck and started cranking and yanking the way you did with that dog, you wouldn't be very far away from me either. You'd be paying close attention, wouldn't you? Because we are animals as well. And we'll work on you the same way as it works on that dog. But you don't want people to know that. That's not convenient to you.
Dog to walk properly on a leash does not take 3 months, 6 months, 80 pounds of the highest, most expensive dog treats you can find, steak and caviar, kibble, and a leash, and a prong collar. And for those...
Oh yeah, they call this dog training. He dares call this bullshit dog training. This is animal abuse live on camera.
You live in a country where they don't have prong collars. You don't need to do it with the prong collar. You can do everything I just showed you without a prong collar. You just got to do it like 5 times harder. And I don't think that's fair to the...
Okay, 5 times harder. If you got a flat leash on the dog, he cranked and yanked pretty damn hard in that leash. Okay, that's probably a 50-pound dog, tops. 5 times harder. Can you imagine what that looks like? And that's what he's telling you to do.
Dog. I don't think it's good for their trachea. Their prong collar.
Oh, he knows about the trachea. He knows about anatomy, does he?
Goes 360. It distributes the pressure 360.
Bullshit it does. Bullshit it does. The main pressure is going to be right on the front of the neck. Right on top of the trachea and the friggin' nut thyroid.
Those flat collars, right on the trachea. No good, not a fan. Now, you want to try this on a harness? Good luck. Don't do it. It's just a joke. Don't use a harness, folks. Well, I can just feel the difference. I'm not getting pulled anymore. Look at this.
Now, you see, B.F. Skinner would tell you to replace your dog with a human child and ask you what you would do different. Replace this dog with a human child. Now, would you consider that abuse? If he was doing this to a kid, a human child, would you consider that abuse? Would you want Garret Wing to be in jail for doing that? Because I want Garret Wing to spend some time in jail. That's what needs to happen. This is flat-out animal abuse. And it needs to stop.
With an auto sit. How about that? I'm not saying this is 100% perfect, but this is...
far from 100% perfect.
Already night and day difference than when we started. And in her mind, this is what she's doing.
This is called shutting down a dog. This is called stopping behaviors. How did B.F. Skinner define punishment? You're trying to remove a behavior from an animal's repertoire. That's what punishment is, but yet Garrett's lying to you and he's calling it correction.
She's not paying attention. She's like, yo, what's that squirrel doing? She feels this.
She's still not paying attention to you.
She goes, ow, what was that?
She's sitting there stubbornly doing nothing. That's what she's doing.
That.
Because of all the punishment.
Oh, you stopped. When you stop and I don't stop, I run out of leash. Look at this, man. Compared to what we had before on the weight scale thing. 30 to 38 plus pounds of just yoking me here and yoking me there. This is how much work you can get done with proper balance training.
It's not balance training. It's compulsion-based dog training. It's IGP dog training. Garret Wing is an IGP dog trainer. And he's telling you to use tools of IGP when most people have no idea what IGP is. You've never heard of it. That's the reality. This garbage needs to stop. And these people need to go to frickin' jail for abusing dogs. Some of these people need to go to jail for the rest of their life.
What is balance training? Yin and yang. If you do good, I pay you.
Yin and yang. Bullshit. It's inducements and compulsions, Garret. And stop fucking lying to people.
If you mess up, we will let you know. And you remember when we started the walk, which was just up here?
It's all about full control and management. Ultimate and control and management. The dog is not allowed to do shit. The dog is not allowed to make a choice. The dog is not allowed to do anything. They're not pushing you to let your dog express your genetics. They're pushing you to shut the dog's behavior down. And what you're doing is frustrating your dog, and it's going to lead to more behavioral issues, which is going to lead to more tools, which is going to lead to more money on the trainer, because they're not doing shit.
Last thing this girl was doing, I made a note of it. How much percentage was she paying attention to me? 0. She was 6 feet out in front of me doing anything but paying attention to me. Now, checking in, checking in. The proof's in the pudding. Can't recommend it enough. Imagine we do this now every day going forward, every walk going forward. You're gonna say, oh, but I gotta do this to my dog every day. No, you do this the next 1, 2, or 3 walks. You know what happens on your 4th walk? You start your walk like this, not like how we started. So that's the name.
Now get rid of the prong collar. What's going to happen? The dog is going to go right back to pulling again. It might take a few minutes, it might take a few hours, but the dog is eventually going to realize that, hey, there's no more punishment going on here. I can do the same thing. I'm going to go back right back to default behaviors. That's why you need to keep a prong collar on the dog. You need that constant threat of punishment.
In the game, baby, we're back at the beginning. Look who stopped on a dime. Try it at home. Post in the comments below where you're from, how old your dog is, the breed, and what your results are following this method. They're like, yeah, but will it work for a golden retriever? Yes, it will.
It'll work for a fucking chihuahua. If you crank and yank on that freaking prong collar, it'll work for anybody. It'll work for human beings. Again, I'd love to put that prong collar around Garret Wing's stupid face, around his neck, and start cranking and yanking on it and give you a damn good taste of what you're doing to the dogs. Because I guarantee you one thing, that'll wake you up in a hurry, wouldn't it? When you end up in a fucking hospital with a broken trachea and a damaged thyroid, I guarantee you, it'll make you think twice.
Will it work for your Great Dane? Yes! It'll work with 99.99999% of dogs, maybe 100%. All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for...
This needs to end. This is not dog training. This is animal abuse live on camera for money. This is called extortion. This is called animal abuse. Have a good day.